kids coming?
I don't have children.
Who do you live with?
I live by myself in France.
You can live with us if you want to.
You are a very sweet girl. Your hands are sticky in a way that concerns me, but you're very sweet.
I'm curious, when did you, as a child-free by choice woman, start to read?
My family owned a restaurant, and I started working in that restaurant when I was 14 years old. And starting at that age, I observed moms with their kids out at lunch and dinner. And what I noticed was these moms didn't look happy and they weren't having a good time. What was happening was they looked exhausted and they seemed frustrated and tired. And I noticed that they would be doing the work of parenting while their husbands, the dads of these kids, sat there and enjoyed their meals and drank their beers and didn't do much, didn't really lift a finger, didn't do much to help with the kids. And so it was at that age of 14 and for many, many years after that, I would just observe moms with their kids, and rarely did they seem happy.
Hey, not a lot going on around here lately. Let's just see what's behind this door. No, is there a better door around here, maybe?
It should come as literally no surprise to anybody on this planet that women are not wanting to have children anymore, considering the fact that the main reason for divorces nowadays is lack of commitment, and women are usually the ones who initiate divorces, right? Men will sit there and try to say that, oh, women are always the one who leave relationships. You guys are the one divorcing us. You gotta be so for real right now. How many times did your wife tell you, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, stop doing this, stop cheating on me, take care of our kids, help me with the groceries, help me with cleaning the house. And then you expect her to not only take care of the house, take care of the kids, take care of you, but then go and work 9 to 5 and go 50-50 with you? Are you out of your freaking mind? No kidding, women don't want to have children anymore. No kidding, women are divorcing men, because why would I want to deal with the stress of you doing F shit behind my back? Me taking care of these kids that I birthed, literally ruined my body for you, that you don't even take care of. Why would I want to do that when I can just go be alone, stress-free? No kidding. No kidding. But men will always sit here and try to blame the demise of society on us when they're literally the ones that built society.
It's hard. I'm child-free by choice. Of course people will tell me I'll change my mind.
I'm child-free by choice. Of course people are going to call me a cold-hearted bitch.
I'm child-free by choice. Of course people are going to tell me I'm going to die alone.
I'm child-free by choice. Of course people are going to ask me, but who's going to take care of you when you're older?
I'm child-free by choice, but of course people are going to ask me, well, what about the family name?
I'm child-free by choice, but of course people are going to ask me, but what's your legacy then?
One of the biggest reasons why I don't want to have kids and why I really like being child-free is I love being alone. And I mean that seriously. I am very independent. I do a lot of things out of the house on my own. And even when I'm at home, I have a husband, but I spend a lot of time by myself. I simply cannot imagine having to have someone in my space and be around me and need me all the time. And people would say, oh, it's only for the first couple of years or whatever. Come on, let's be real. Your children rely on you for a very long time and they're in your space for a very long time. And when you're someone that really likes being alone, considering the fact that someone would be there all the time, like, to me, that's just, I couldn't do it. And people might say, oh, that's so selfish, but perhaps it's actually not a selfish thing. Perhaps it's the opposite of selfish, because how selfish would it be for me to bring a child into my world when I know I don't have the capacity to give it the love and attention and be responsible for it in the way that it needs? So I actually think it's unselfish of me. And also, I just know myself best, and I know that my life is going to be the happiest and most fulfilling when I don't have something that's there that needs me all the time.
Millennials, have we decided what our midlife crisis stereotype is going to be?
Child-free, financially independent Swifties.
So happy being single and being child-free. I feel like I wouldn't give up the love of my children for the world. It's not personal and I don't really know. Well, at the end of the day, you're gonna die alone, and who's gonna be there when you're old? And how are you gonna run up into my house and tell me I'm gonna die alone?
And I said, well, how hard can it be? Boys do it. And then I said, how hard can it be? Boys do it.
Ooh, look at this tweet, y'all. It's a doozy.
More mothers feel like this than they let on, and this is a major reason why I'm not having kids. In addition to me just wanting to be able to maintain my independence to the fullest capacity, I am personally not able to justify making a decision that I cannot undo or change that I may not enjoy. And this is something that I've talked to my mom about, who is a mother who has expressed throughout my entire life that she loves being a mother. It was something that she essentially always dreamt about doing, and she waited a good long time to have me. My mom was 40, and she is one of the biggest supporters of me not having children. She has always said to me, if it's not something that you want to do 110%, don't do it at all. And I feel like I see too many people taking having children lightly. You know, like, oh, babies are cute. Oh, it'll be fun to have someone love me unconditionally and take care of me when I'm old. But first of all, there are no guarantees that your child is going to love you unconditionally. Unfortunately, it's just the truth. There's also no guarantee that they're going to take care of you when you're old, nor is using your children as a retirement plan a good thing to do. Also, for me personally, I feel like I have too many mental health challenges that could possibly be genetic for me to be having children. I would not want to see them suffer the way that I have. Not to mention, I get overstimulated very quickly, and I need a lot of alone time to recharge, and I could not imagine having someone near me all the time that is solely reliant on me and dependent on me for all of their needs. Also, like, the world is falling apart, and I would not want to bring somebody else into this mess. But yeah, saying all that to say, I really think a lot more people should really consider if they really want to be parents or if they're just doing it because it was prescribed to them as something that was like socially acceptable, like the social norm, or they're doing it to fill a void within themselves, because these are not good reasons.
I read somewhere that Baja Blast can cause infertility.
Oh, no, I was going to listen to that, but then I just carried on living my life.
Why? Is because I don't have what I feel like is a valid reason to have a child.
I so deeply agree with this. It actually, child, this son. In addition to all the points that she's made, it irks people so much when you tell them you literally don't want to have kids. I have been very sure of this. I'm 24. I always go, oh, you're gonna change your mind. Da, 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 da. If I have kids, I will be shocked, and everybody around me that knows me will also be shocked as well. I don't know why, but it really strikes a nerve in people when you tell them you want your life to be yours. I want my life to be mine until the day that I die. What is wrong with that? Also, while the act of parenting is technically or supposed to be selfless, having a child is inherently selfish. And I have a longer video that I posted about this like a minute ago, so please go watch that. But like I said in that video, I think a lot more people should make the conscious decision to not be parents instead of thinking that that is the next step in life. And the people that get irritated with you when you tell them you don't want to be a parent are the people that are parents and like honestly resent their children and resent their decision. From the day you become a parent, you will always be a parent until one of y'all dies. And I don't want that responsibility. And one more note, a lot of y'all should have pets before you have kids so you can really see how much work it is, what it's like to care for something. And then a lot of y'all probably won't have kids and the world will be a lot better for it. Because I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all should not be parents. And you should know yourself well enough to know that.
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
I don't want to be attached to nobody, to their drama, to their trauma, and to their bullshit. I do not want them problems. I don't want to pile so much onto this life. I really want to live a very minimalistic life. I want less responsibilities, less stuff, less bills. I want less. And I want to just simply be. I don't want to constantly do. I don't want to have to take them to school when I think the school system is similar to a prison system. I'm not a fan of that institution. I'm not a fan of capitalism. I'm not a fan of how they are programming us to be sheep. I'm not a fan how they're programming us to be followers and not to stand up for ourselves. I'm not a fan. So if you're not a fan, don't do it.
Where are all my child-free travel lovers who want to travel the world and meet other incredible child-free by choice women? So if you don't know, I'm a child-free by choice woman who's been traveling the world for like 10 years now. And I decided, you know what? I don't want to travel with women that don't share the same lifestyle choice as me. So I decided to do my own retreats and group trips where we can all meet together and celebrate each other's life choice. And that's what we're doing. So literally in 2 weeks' time, we're all going to be in Costa Rica celebrating at our Child Free by Choice retreat. And then next year, if anyone is interested, that one's actually sold out, the Costa Rica retreat. However, next year we have Sri Lanka, Bali, and Thailand. And we actually travel around together. So if anyone is interested in that, head to the link in my bio or send me a DM and let's travel the world.
I'm 53 years old and I don't have kids. This comes with every type of response you could imagine. But who's going to take care of you when you get old? That's what we're put on this earth for. You're so selfish. You don't know true joy until you have a child. What do you do with all your free time? Do you regret it now that you're older? The simple answer is no.
A huge thank you goes out to this creator for shedding light on what it's like to grow up as an older woman, aging, and not having kids. I worry about what that'll be like for me someday because, yeah, do I wonder if I'll regret it? But would I rather regret having kids than not having them? I would rather regret not having them than regret having them. But still, there's a lot of shame that I have in my heart because I wonder if this is what I'm supposed to do or if I'll be okay that I'll be enough without kids. I don't want to have kids in order to feel enough. I know that I am enough simply because I am and that my enoughness, my worth is innate, but sometimes I forget and it's hard because I grew up where my parents constantly needed me to do more and excel in life and not just give me their love simply because I exist. So yeah, that's my own work, but I'm figuring it out. And until then, no kids.
Carisha's single and to Diddy, he okay with it.
It is a flex though. Imagine having the worst day of your life. You come home and a pissy pepper baby waddle up screaming for your yitty. I would end it all. So watch me work. Yeah.
Selfish our generation of women are who've decided to not have children.
So earlier this year I was in Paris, and for this specific trip, because I went to Paris a few times this year, but this one it was in the summer and it was so hot. I was at the Louvre and I needed to sit down and just chill out, and the only bench that was available in the shade was next to this woman with this huge white dog. So I asked her if I could sit down. She says yes, and we just get talking. So she asked me, like, what brings you to Paris? And I tell her, like, I'm a travel creator, I'm American, and I like go different places and create content about different destinations. So then she started asking me, different questions like, how does it work? And, like, how did I even get into this? And it was fine. Like, it was a casual conversation. People ask me this all the time. Then she tells me that she was sitting on the bench because her family was in the Louvre and, they couldn't bring the dog in. So she was like, okay, I'll just sit out here. And she decided to be a mom pretty young. So she had 2 kids and she never really traveled as much as she wanted to. The time that she had kids, everyone else had kids. So it seemed like it was, the right thing to do. She was like, now that she's older, like she wants to travel, but at this point it's like a little scared because she's obviously older and like can't do the same things that she used to be able to do when she was probably like my age. So naturally she asked me, did I want to have kids? And I was like, oh no, like it's not for me, but I do want a dog. So then I started asking her, like, what is it like to have a dog and travel with your dog? So we're talking back and forth. It was a very nice conversation. She was very sweet. Her family was super nice because I met them after they came out of the museum. But what I liked about the conversation was that she wasn't pushing any of her motives or beliefs onto me as if I had to make the same decisions that she was making. And I respect the mothers who will just lay it all out, make it very plain and clear for anyone. Because if you think about it, there is no reason for you to criticize someone else for not making the decisions that you made if you are happy with the decisions that you made. The women that the original creator was talking about are very obviously projecting, and sweetie, we can all see it.
So this is my room. That's my Mary Lou cow oven. That's my Princess Ladybug puppet. That's my dollhouse.
I see you have all the essentials.
You can play with my toys, as long as you don't break them.
That's a good rule.
I have to sleep on a cot.
I know. I appreciate the sacrifice you're making for me. Now, you two leave me alone, please. It was a long flight, and I would like to rest up a little bit before I start breaking some toys.